Alright, welcome to a brand new reaction. Oh my god, dude, what the hell? Welcome back to another reaction video. And like, what I've been noticing, like, I'm editing my other ones, right? Like, I'm like, I need to add more energy to them, like, but like, energy, that's not something I lack. I'm acting like if I'm watching it on my own time, right? But I gotta make it more interesting for the reaction video. But slowly transition into that, like, you know, like I'm not gonna go extreme to flight level, like where you like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. It's like 90 degrees in San Diego, and like, it's fun. I do not have AC, and I can't have the fan on, right? Because it's gonna, we're just gonna hear in the video. So you see me like dripping sweat, like while I'm watching the video, that's why. You know, it's not because I mean, that used to happen to me. Like, I used to just sit there and play video games, but I was like so big that I would sweat just from fucking just sitting there. Today's video is gonna be basically about the Sentinel Island, right? So I was watching Joe Rogan clips and I came across this one. Basically an island, right? Like next, close to India or Africa, like somewhere in the middle of that. These people have like their own tribe and basically isolated from everyone else. And like these people, like whoever tries to get close to the island, they start throwing spears, arrows, everything at them, and like, you gonna die, boy. All right, let's play the video. 1, 2, 3, play.
Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications. What life is really like on the island cut off from everyone for 30,000 years, where locals repel all visitors with poison arrows. Over the years,
like back in his day when he was in
Jamaica, of this tiny island of North Sentinel in the Bay of Bengal could not have been clearer. Go away. Go home. Buzz off. Visitors not welcome. We want to be alone. Of course they do. The Sentinelese are one of the very few remaining uncontacted peoples in the world, and they are determined to keep it that way, which means we know tantalizingly little about their language, their culture, their belief system, or even how many of them there are.
What the fuck are they doing?
What we do know is that they have lived happily and largely healthily on their tiny, lush, mangrove-swamped 20 square...
You don't think like bored as shit right there? They're just like, I don't know. Like they have no technology, they have nothing. Like, they probably have their own games. Imagine they have like their own like mini World Cup and shit. That'd be tight. But that seems boring as fuck.
30,000 years, during which time they have feasted on wild pig, clams, berries, and honey, engaged in energetic communal sex
and the
sessions
same
on
food
the beach, and repelled pretty much every visitor, well-meaning or threatening, with a flurry of poison arrows and razor-sharp machetes. So it wasn't much of a surprise last weekend when John Allen Chow, a 26-year-old American Christian missionary come thrill-seeking explorer who...
And yes, I do put Vaseline on my lips. So be like, why is his lip so shiny? Like, it's not sus, bro. Put some of this on your lips, right? And then, cause like I be in the sun a lot, and like my shit get burnt. So like I basically just gotta keep those on deck. Oh my god, that shit just low-key fell down. My balls went in my stomach for a second. I thought I was about to fall off the shit. And you know what it is? It's basically a fucking a motherfucking goddamn fucking I'll just put a picture of it. Fucking
visited the island was felled by a poison arrow. And apparently, Chow, a graduate of the evangelical Oral Roberts University in Oklahoma, who had previously declared visiting North Sentinel as his must-do adventure, had decided his life's calling was converting the Sentinelese to Christianity. Poor, well-intentioned Chow. Of course, his death is...
Like, nothing against God, like, right? I like God. But, do you really think these people care about God? No, dog. They probably have their own God, to be honest.
Utter tragedy. A young life cut off in such a horrific and courageous way. He continued walking into the arrows as they fired. So intent was he on delivering his message from God. Under Indian law, it is illegal for anyone to be within 5 nautical miles of the island. And since last year, even filming the natives in the Andaman Islands, which include North Sentinel, has been illegal.
What the fuck is
that? To protect visitors from the natives' deadly tendencies.
They wouldn't even know it's called a helicopter.
It is to ensure the continued survival of the
like
world's
in their head, they're like, what the fuck is that?
Tribe, a people so isolated, so apart from, so unexposed to modern life that they are unlikely to have any resistance to common illnesses such as flu, measles, or even a cold. As Sophie Grigg, a senior researcher with Survival International, put it, this is one of the most vulnerable tribes on the planet. He could be passing on diseases that could literally...
Here comes a fucking ad. Here comes an ad. Like, oh my god, dude.
Don't overpay for Best Buy. WikiBuy can save you money. It's a browser extension that automatically applies coupon codes to your shopping cart.
WikiBuy, bro? Did they just copy honey, bro? I'm all about honey, bro. Shut the fuck up, dude. It's all about honey around here, boy. I don't even have a dollar, but
would be an anthropological catastrophe because the Sentinelese are the only surviving direct descendants of the first humans in Asia.
What the fuck?
More than 75,000 years ago, they made their way from Africa to the Middle East, Burma, and India. Eventually, they reached the Andaman Islands. Some moved on, but others stayed on North Sentinel, drawn by the lush mangrove jungles, perfect white sandy beaches, and a natural bounty so rich and easy to plunder, there was no need to cultivate the land. The men hunted turtle, pigs, and fish with spears, bows, and arrows tipped with bone and hardwood. The women gathered tubers, coconuts, berries, and clams, and caught fish in homemade nets. In the summer, they collected honey, smearing their bodies with a special bee-repellent leaf paste. All went naked, but for a few leaves, fiber strings, and ornaments, and lived in huts in small family-based groups. And that's how they still live 30,000 years on, protected by the sea and their own latent aggression from modernization, gadgets, plastic, stress, and other humans. The first documented contact with the tribe was made over 1,000 years ago by Chinese and Arabian explorers who were driven back with a barrage of arrows and described the natives as being 3 feet tall with human bodies and bird beaks.
Falling down, boy.
Pretty much every attempt to visit them has ended in disaster. When Marco Polo encountered the islands in the 13th century, he wrote, "They are a most violent and cruel generation who seem to eat everybody they catch." And in 1563, a sailor, Master Caesar Frederick, warned, if any ship by ill fortune stop at these...
Like, would it be fucked up, like, if they just sent, like, if they kept killing people, right? Like, I know people are dumb, don't go near it, but, like, would it be fucked up if, like, what do you think their reaction would be, like, if, like, the U.S. just pulled up, like, you know how they pulled up on D-Day? Like, what if the U.S. started pulling up like that? Like, dude, what do you, like, they'd be like, what the fuck? That's fucked up. Honestly, I wouldn't want that to happen, but like imagine their reaction. Like, that'd be a funny reaction. Like, homeboy got a whole ass ship. They don't even know what a ship is.
Comes back alive. So for a long time, even when the rest of the Andaman and nearby Nicobar Islands were colonized by the British in 1850 and turned into a penal colony, the Sentinelese were left alone to hunt, eat, and generally make merry in their fecund island paradise. Until 1880, when a British colonial expedition led by Maurice Vidal Portman landed with a squad of armed police, kidnapped an entire family, and whisked them off to Port Blair in the Andaman Islands. The adults died immediately, and a red-faced Portman hastily returned the 4 children with gifts. For nearly a century after that, the islanders were left largely to their own devices, until, in 1970, a group of anthropologists approached the island, notebooks and cameras at the ready, and were peppered with arrows and then treated to an energetic beach sex show, described by one observer as a sort of community mating, a frenzied dance of desire. 4 years later, there was another invasion attempt. This time, the visitors were laden with offerings of a miniature plastic car, a live pig, and a selection of aluminum pots. The response? Yet another volley of poison arrows. Occasionally, instead of firing weapons, the men waved their penises very angrily, and on rare occasions would accept the odd coconut before opening fire. But the message has never changed. Please leave us alone. We don't want to be friends. Their decision to resist contact with the outside world.
That's how they say hi,
is
they just
an
wave their
intelligent
penises.
one. They are frequently referred to as Stone Age or primitive. But from the little the outside world has been allowed to learn, we know they are anything but. For a while, they have reportedly forgotten how to make fire. They keep a multitude of fires burning at all times so as not to be caught out, and have no way of counting above 2. Their botanical, zoological, and medicinal knowledge
Boy, you dumb as shit.
albeit unconventional. They apparently believe that edible plants are protected by good spirits, and poisonous plants
See,
are
they have their own
favored
god.
by evil.
Or their own belief.
Astonishingly, all the
Unless we're going to
Sentinelese
talk about
are
fucking
thought to have
Jesus.
survived the tsunami of Boxing Day 2004,
Like, what did he
in which
expect, like?
250,000 people perished. It is thought that, like many animals, they felt the earthquake, knew a monstrous wave was on its way, and shimmied up the trees, taking their precious fire with them. And when the Coast Guard helicopter circled a few days later to see how they had fared, they peppered it with arrows until the pilot left, declaring them fighting fit. No one knows the exact population, but it is thought to be in decline.
fucking sweating
A 2011 count from a safe distance spotted 15 people. A census 10 years earlier estimated the population at 39. The world was once full of individuated cultures, indigenous island or jungle societies with their own languages and customs, like the Sentinelese. Today, there are just 100 groups of people scattered across the world, including the Yanomami in northern Brazil, the Ayureo Totobegasode in Bolivia, and, until the last member died in 2011, the Andaman Islands Bow Tribe, who know nothing of our world and do their utmost to keep theirs a mystery. But however unwelcoming they are, visitors keep coming. Chow sounds like a bright and lovely young man. He claimed to have been fascinated
I like
by
his
the
idea,
people of
but
North Sentinel, and had
honestly, I would
researched
have
them.
no hope for him.
Of course,
Like,
he knew of
for
the
that, I would
danger
not
he
have no hope
faced,
for him.
if not the dangers from his germs to the islanders. He must have known about the Panamanian freighter that ran aground near the island in 1981, and how the crew had been attacked by wild men. And he'd have certainly heard of the 2 Indian fishermen.
Bro, that movie, I used to
macheted
watch
death
it so
in
many times as a kid.
2006 After their boat accidentally drifted on the
That shit
white
look, he had
sandy beaches
fucking-
while
give
they
me
were
drills
drunk
all
on
over my
palm oil
balls.
brew. He even wrote a letter to his parents before he left, saying, "I think it's worth it to declare Jesus to these people. Please do not be angry at them or at God if I get killed." He'd visited several times before the fateful trip last week, taking scissors, safety pins, and a football as gifts. In return, they rained arrows down on him and damaged his canoe. He knew they didn't want him, that visiting again was akin to entering a tiger enclosure. "I have been so nice to them. Why are they so angry and aggressive?" he wrote in his diary. The Indian government
They
adopts
don't
what
want
it calls
nobody,
a
dog.
hands-off, eyes-on policy for the tribe, which means officials moor boats nearby to check on welfare from a safe distance. While the 7 fishermen who transported Chow and his canoe to within the exclusion zone and watched while he was killed have all been arrested, there is no question anyone on the island will be bothered by the authorities. Let's hope other reckless
The fuck is
souls
this green
learn
screen?
from poor Chow's death, because the survival of the Sentinelese depends on it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video,
No problem,
please
dog.
let me know by clicking the like button.
I got you,
Share,
dog.
Write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.
Got you, dog. Got you, dog. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this. Oh my god, it fell down. Bro, so a professional, dude. But thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, man, that's the end of this reaction video. Like, why are you still watching? Like, bro, this is the end. Why are you still watching? If you're here, dude. If you're here right now, may you be blessed with a natural scent of flowers.